Okay, we continue our lab, okay, on controller link. So the first step is for you to conduct this practical. Of course, you must have the lab sheet, okay, lab sheet of the controller link. This is practical number 3. So what we need actually is to first is to open your AnyDesk, okay, open your AnyDesk. Okay, your correspondent address for workbench, whichever you are assigned to. Okay, let's say this is a workbench number 1. Okay, so workbench number 1. Okay, so we open CX Programmer of this workbench. Okay, so okay, so before that, let me explain you the idea of configuring this controlling in the PLC master and slave. Okay, so this is the master PLC and this is the slave PLC. Okay, I remind you again, this is PLC Omron CS1GH. Okay, and this is PLC Compact CQM1H. Okay, there's different between two. Okay, so this is the modular type and this is the compact type. Okay, so the objective of the configuring this protocol controlling is to communicate between the master PLC and the slave PLC, okay, whereby we can exchange the data, okay, exchange the data, for example, exchange the bit, okay, to make sure that these two PLC interact each other. Okay, for example, I switch on switch number 5, okay, in PLC master to actuate the output number 10 in PLC slave. Okay, and also we can do vice versa. For example, to on I switch on switch number 10 of PLC slave to actuate or to on the output number 15 of PLC master. Okay, so there will be a communication between these two PLC. Okay, so how to do it, because these two PLC is different in category, okay, because one is modular and another one is compact. Okay, so there will be a different in addressing. Okay, for example, PLC master, the output address is 1.00, but the PLC slave, the output will be 100.00. Okay, so there is a difference in outputs. For inputs, I think there is a similar between there is a similar in input addressing. Okay, so later on I will show you how they exchange the data. Okay, but first actually we have to configure in master PLC first. Alright. Okay, so in CX Programmer, so as usual we create a new project. Okay, select PLC CS1G, then just select CPU44. Okay, and then this one we pick Sysmac Way, and then for the driver I think we select COM3. Okay, COM1 actually is not being used by the PLC because this one is a direct serial port, okay, from the PC to the PLC. But because we use converter, okay, converter USB to serial, so there is a two possibility, okay, of COM port, COM3 and COM6. So COM3, the first COM, sorry, the second COM3, for example, in this workbench number 1, COM3 is used for the connection to the PLC master, and COM6 will be the connection serial to the slave PLC. Okay, so there is a two serial communication. Okay, so there is a two serial cable, okay, from the PC to the both PLCs. Okay, so we select COM3 because we want to communicate with master PLC. Alright. Okay, so we try online. Okay, so there will be an issue here because we don't know which COM belong to which PLC, so we just try an error. So we change in setting of the network. So we select COM6, okay, COM6 for master PLC. Okay, so now you can online, so meaning that the master PLC use COM6, okay, in the serial communication. Alright, so once you have already online, as usual, change PLC to program mode. Okay, we change the PLC to program mode because we want to transfer the IO table. Okay, we want to create the IO table, so we select here, create. Okay, this one transfer. Okay, it will take a while. I think in about 1 minute. Okay, so everything is okay, so the transfer is success, then we can close the IO table. Okay, so before that, as you can see that our controlling module is the last module, okay, situated in the module number 4, okay, module number 4, but actually it's the 5th module. Okay, because here we start with module 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this one we can close, and then you just go to tools and then select network setting. Okay, network setting, and then this will open the CX integrator. Okay, the built-in built-in apps, okay, application for managing the networks in Omron PLC. Okay, we have to wait a while for the CX integrator to read all the possible connection. Okay, so now the CX integrator will ask us to select either we use serial port or parallel port. So we use serial port. We click OK, and for this one we skip. Okay, we try to skip this one. Okay, we just cancel it because this two actually is not in our PLC. So we just select cancel. Alright. Okay, so our concern is on the control link. Okay, so before we do the control link, before we online the control link, so we go to tools, okay, in CX integrator, we start to do the routing table. Okay, so this routing table actually is a method where we map the module, okay, to the certain network, okay, to its correspondent network. Okay, so without routing table, actually it's quite impossible to communicate the network with the module. Okay, so we do the routing table. Okay, first we open the routing table. Okay, so this is the routing table look like. Okay, we have here the unit, okay, the unit 0. This one, it does not means the unit of the module. Okay, actually this is the unit of the communication module. So the first unit is the device net. Okay, as you can see here in the as you can see in the camera, okay, in the webcam. So this is so this is the device net. This is the Ethernet. This is the device net. This is the Ethernet, and the last one is the control link. Okay, so as stated here, okay, so we have all the module that already arranged, okay, automatically in the in the routing table. Okay, so we have to do the routing table for each of the module. So we go to the unit 0, we click unit 0, and here we click on box with a label number 0. So right click and then we select insert CPU SIOU. Okay, so we have to assign local network number 1 for this device net unit, okay, device net module. So we just click OK. So it stated here it already exists, of course, because before this maybe your friend already did set up the network, okay, the local network. So you just select yes. Okay, so done for device net, and then we go to the next one. Okay, that is the Ethernet. Okay, we do the same, insert CPU SIOU, and then we select local network. Just now is local network number 1, but for the Ethernet we select local network number 2. Okay, the same with us, the SIOU number is already exists. Okay, so this is local network number 2, this is local network number 1, and the last one, okay, for unit number 2, there is a control link. So we do the same and we assign local network number 3. Alright, okay, but for this controller link unit in local network, okay, in local network we have to right click on the local network and we select add connection for a remote network, because our master PLC will be connected to the slave PLC. Okay, so this one, okay, we have to make sure that the relay node, okay, so our master PLC, the node number is number 3. Okay, where to find the node number? Actually we have to go to the PLC, okay, because here, okay, here is the physical configuration of the node address. Okay, this one. Okay, so the node number of the master PLC is set to 3 and the slave PLC is set to 4. Okay, so the rules is the master node number should be lower than the slave node numbers. Okay, for example, you have 3 slave. Okay, so the master PLC start with node 3. So the slave can be any number, but tak boleh lebih rendah daripada master. Maknanya it cannot be number 2 or number 1. So it continues with 4, 5 or 6. Okay, so whatever is higher than the node number of the master PLC. Alright, so this one is being set up physically, but in our case we don't change anything, we just use the node number. Okay, right. So relay means the nodes in another PLC, okay, in your slave PLC. So our slave, we only have one slave, so the node, the relay node will be number 4. Okay, remote network. Okay, this one is the different from the local network. So our last local network is local network number 3. Okay, so local network means the network that is internally built in the PLC. Okay, that is what local network means. Remote network is a network that is going out from the PLC to another devices. Okay, so in this case we cannot use the same number for remote network as the local network. For example lah, contoh local network dah ada 3. Okay, so remote network tak boleh guna remote network number 1, 2 and 3. So it will continue, okay, from the last local network. So our last local network is local network number 3. So remote network will be number 4. Okay, that is the rules. Okay, this one is not is not in the theory whatsoever lah. So this one is the rules if you want to configure the remote network in Omron PLC. Okay, so you will select OK. Okay, as you can see here, we have the remote network, because this is the slave PLC that the slave PLC use node number 4, and the remote network is number 4. Okay, because the local network of the control link is number 3. Okay, it's the last one. if the control link situated in between this unit, okay, the device net and the Ethernet, so the local network is number 2, but still the remote network will be number 4, because the, let's say here is the Ethernet unit, so Ethernet unit will use local network number 3, so remote network will be number 4, because it cannot use the same number as the local network. Okay, so it will start with a new number, so in this case remote network number 4. Alright, so done for the master PLC. So we have to transfer this routing table, okay, to the master PLC. So select transfer to the PLC and select yes. Okay, so the routing table was successfully transferred, and then we have to verify either it will be the same or not. So we transfer back from the PLC to the PC. Okay, and then you can see the status. Okay, the status of the routing table. If it is okay, then the light here, the indicator light will be green. Okay, if you are wrongly configured the, for example, the local network or the node address, okay, something the correspondent unit will be in red. Okay, will indicate there is an error lah. So ini akan tukar jadi warna merah. Alright, kalau salah configure. But in our case it's okay, and then we can close this one without saving. Okay, save on the table, no. If you want to save, you can save, but actually it's not useful lah. Alright, so that one is done for routing table for master PLC. Okay, now we go to the slave PLC. Okay, so this one you have to offline, and then you have to minimize it. Okay, we go back to CX programmer. Okay, so for the master PLC we have to offline, and then we have to leave this one, or maybe we can save this project. For example, we name it as a master PLC. Okay, save in the desktop, so you have to save in your correspondent folder. So let's say I name it as a master PLC. Okay, make sure there is no other name, the same name master in the folder. So we save. Okay, because we want to close this project, and then we open a new one to make path to the slave PLC. So this one, okay, leave it for the name. Okay, so we configure the slave PLC. So this one is CQM1H. Okay, and for the CPU we select CPU 51. Okay, we make default. Okay, and for the network type, this is NetWay always, and for the COM port we select just now. For master we already use COM6, and for the slave, of course, it should be COM3. Okay, select OK. Okay, it is a little bit laggy, I don't know, maybe because of the network. Okay, so it's done for the configuration of the slave PLC, and then you press OK. Alright, so for slave PLC, we don't need to configure the I/O table, because there is no I/O table in the slave PLC, because this is a compact type PLC. So as you can see, no I/O table. Okay, so better, lucky for you, okay, because you don't have to configure I/O table. So we online this PLC, okay, because we want to create the routing table. Okay, same like the PLC master. Okay, so PLC is online and in monitor mode, so we change to program mode. Okay, we change to program mode. Okay, so the same thing, you go to tools. Okay, It's a bit laggy, I don't know why. Okay, so nothing will happen. Okay, the PLC is stuck. Okay, sorry. There is an error in the network, so this is the only drawbacks of the online lab. Okay, so we try to retry connecting with the remote PC. Okay, so we choose tools. Okay, so we go to network. Okay, we go to network. So now in PLC's CQM1H, there is no CX integrator because this CQM1H model actually is the old model. Okay, so it does not support by the CX integrator, so it use CXNet. Okay, CXNet is the another, I think is similar like CX integrator, but this configuration tool is for the old PLC. Okay, so in this CXNet, okay, as you can see, we have our slave PLC. Okay, the PC, it shows the connection, the PC to the PLC. Okay, so you online the PLC. Okay, the color will change, the line will change from red to green, and then you just select the routing table and then select setup, and then the same thing will be open. Okay, it shows the CQM1H CP51 with only one available unit. Okay, there is unit 0. Okay, so this unit 0 actually is only for the control link, because okay, jangan lupa this is the compact PLC, so it does not have multiple module inside or multiple unit, so it just only have one unit. Okay, so for this unit 0, we do the same thing, right click and then we select the SIOU, CPU SIOU. Okay, so for the local network, okay, because this is the only one, that doesn't mean that the local network will be number 1. Okay, so as for the slave PLC, it should follow the local network of the slave local network for the control link module. Okay, so just now we have done in the master PLC, so the local unit, the local network number for the control link is 3. So in our case of slave PLC, this will be number 3 also. Okay, so it mentioned it already exists. Okay, that's normal. Okay, so we have local network number 3, and then we do the same thing like in the master PLC. So we add connection for our remote network, but now you have to understand that the relay node is no longer number 4 because now we are in PLC slave, because PLC slave use node number 4. Okay, so we have to insert the relay node. So now relay node is the remote node of the master. So remote node number of the master is number 3. Okay, and remote network is the same, remote network number 4. Okay, because local network here is number 3, so remote network must be the number 4. Alright, so we click OK. Okay, we have this graphic here. Okay, shows that the node number of the remote device or remote PLC is number 3. Okay, is the master PLC, and then remote network is number 4, and then we have to transfer this to the PLC, to the slave PLC. Okay, and it mentioned that the transfer is successful. Okay, and then we close this, or we try to check it is okay or not. We transfer from the PLC, and the light will be, the indicator will shows green, so everything is okay. Then we close this one without saving, okay, and we offline this CXNet, okay. We close this one, and without saving the project of the slave PLC, so we just close, okay, and then we open back the master PLC, project, okay. That is for the routing table. Okay, so the first one is to configure the routing table for both PLC master and PLC slave. And the second one, the next step is to configure what we call as a data link. Okay, the data link table. So routing table is to create a path between the master and the slave. Data link table is to create a table where we exchange the information if if those PLC using different address. Okay, so if we use the same PLC, also we have to create the data link table. Okay, but now our problem is we have two different model. Okay, one is the compact and another one is the modular. Okay, so that is not a problem. So we will configure the data link. So how to configure the data link? Okay, online back your master PLC, make sure it is in the program mode. Okay, so we go back to network setting, tools, network setting. Okay, it's already open actually, sorry. So we can close the one that we are open. Okay, so sorry, we can skip this one because I already minimized the CS integrator windows, so no need to open. So we just cancel this. Then we can close this one. No, don't check, don't save it. Okay, here we have the one that we already opened it before. Okay, so click online. Okay, so now we go to control link, because as you can see here, the device net is online. Okay, it's online. There is a symbol, okay, symbol yellow. Okay, here small yellow symbol shows that the device net is online. So we want to online the control link, so we select connect. Okay, so the CX integrator will try to read the network. Okay, so it will start with the node number 3. So we just select transfer here, and it will take a while to read the node, the available node for the communication. So now we have node number 1 of 2, so it tries to read node number 3 first, node of the master, and then it will continue with the slave nodes. So if you have, for example, 10 or 20 nodes, so it will take longer than this lah. Okay, it will read one by one, node by nodes. Okay, now as you can see here, we have the PLC master and PLC slave. Okay, node number 3 and node number 4, correct? Okay, so for this data link, actually we only configure in master PLC. We don't configure in slave PLC because master will manage all the data exchange. Okay, so that's why we call master. Okay, dia mastermind of everything lah. Okay, so for this, okay, if you don't manage to get this, there might be a problem in your routing table. Okay, so once you arrive into this, meaning that everything is okay, your routing table is okay, and then your connection is okay. Alright. Okay, so if this display unknown PLC, for example, unknown, okay, So maybe your setup here is in slave is not okay, and maybe also the connection or the cables maybe is the cable may be loose. Okay, maybe there is a possible kesilapan dalam dalam wiring lah. Alright. Okay, so we go to tools to set up the data link table. So we just select start data link table. Okay, and then select network. Of course, we want to use controller link. We select OK, and this is the data link. Okay, data link table. Okay, in data link table, here it shows the possible node number. Okay, the possible node number. So we start with node number 3. You just double click node number 3. Okay, so it shows that the PLC type of logical node number 3 has been assigned to CS1G. Betul, eh? So this one is correct. We just say OK, and then you double click node number 4. Okay, and it shows that the PLC node number 4 has been changed to CKMOH. Okay, this is also correct. Okay, so as you can see here, the eclipse shape here means the source. Okay, the source of the data. Okay, the source of the data. So the source of node number 3 and the source of node number 4. Now, if we have a source, we must have the destination. Okay, if you want to change the data, okay, if you remember the chapter, the first chapter, the introduction chapter that I already explained to you before. In communication, we have 5 components. Okay, we have sender and we have receiver. So if we have sender, the data must have the source. Okay, if we have the receiver, the data must have the destination. So now we have to insert the destination. So you just click the add destination button here. Okay, you just put this pencil under node number 3. Okay, where it shows that the destination of the node number 4 actually. Okay, and you just put the pencil above node number 4 to create the destination for node number 3. Okay, so the source to the destination, the source to the destination. Okay, that's all for the destination. And to configure for the data exchange, okay, for node number 3, the area number 1, okay, of course this is the area number 1 for the discrete signal or for the discrete address. Okay, actually it use CIO memory area. So we select, let's say in this example we select CIO 30. Okay, CIO 30, and area number 2 is for word. Okay, for channel exchange. Channel means maybe you can transfer words, or maybe you use analog input and output to transfer data. Okay, to transfer the information about analog input output. So D, area number 2, normally we use D, and then this one is up to you lah. You want to use D0, D10 or whatsoever. So in my example, I use D100. Okay, I use D100. Okay, done for node number 3. For node number 4, okay, the area number 1 is a bit different from the master PLC. Is that it does not use CIO, but it uses IR. Okay, IR is the same function as a CIO. So in this case, just leave it IR, and then for the word that we are going to exchange the data for the bits. So this one is the same as the master PLC. Master PLC use CIO 30, so we use IR 30 also for the slave PLC. And for area 2, there's a slightly different from master PLC. Master PLC use D, but in slave PLC it use DM. So DM is the same as the D in master PLC. So this one also will be the same 100. Okay, for area number 2. Alright, so the only thing that we have to pay attention is this. Okay, in node number 3, okay, the arrangement is node number 3 first and then node number 4. Node number 3 send and node number 4 is to receive. Okay, normally it's like that, but in node number 4, node number 4 is to send. So now the things work like this lah. Okay, this one is to send to this. Actually, it's not to send this node. Is not, the source is not going to send to the destination. Okay, it's going to send to the source. Okay, because in node number 3, okay, it's sent to node, it's sent by using 30 to node number 4, okay, and node number 4 also send 30 to node number 3. So it's like crossing. Okay, it's like crossing here. So we want to avoid that crossing. Okay, so in node number 4, make sure you are in node number 4. You select this node. Okay, select this node and you select move down area. Okay, we want exactly the arrangement like node number 3. So node number 3, 3 and 4, 3 and 3 first, and then after that is 4. In node number 4 will be the same, 3 first and then node number 4. Okay, so that is the only thing that you have to pay attention lah. Okay, kalau you tak buat yang tu, maybe in data link there will be a problem. Okay, your exchange will not work. Okay, when you press whatsoever, it will not, nothing will happen. Alright. Okay, so done for that. Okay, before that I will show you why actually what is the meaning of this. So as you can see here, node number 3 will start with in node number 3, okay, the address is will start with CIO 30. Okay, so meaning that if the PLC want to send the bit to the slave PLC, it can use bit from CIO 30.00 up to, okay, size is 10, meaning that it use 10 words. So it can start with bit 30.00 and up to 39.15. Okay, meaning that the master PLC can send any bits from 30.00 to 39.15, any bit. Okay, maknanya bit yang available, yang dalam range ni lah, sebab size ni ialah 10 means 10 word. Alright, and then for this one actually 40 is to receive, yang ni send, yang ni bawah ni receive, to receive the bit from the slave PLC. So dia dah reserve 40 up to 49.15. okay, sama lah, size dia still 10, but this one actually you can change. Okay, you can make it to 20. Okay, kalau you buat kat sini 20, so yang ini you kena ubah, you tak boleh buat 40, you kena buat 50. Okay, so size sebenarnya mainkan peranan lah, is the size of the bits, okay, of the word, and then you translate to the bits. Okay, same goes here. Okay, for area number 2, D100, so the size is 10, so it's up to D109. Okay, and then to receive the area 2, so dia dah allocate D110 to D119. Alright, okay, this is node number 3 and same for node number 4. Okay, and then we want to transfer this data link to the master PLC. So you select this toggle network, okay, single node operation, and then you go to this one, okay, data link operation status. Okay, you select data link operation status. This one, just click OK, operating level 0. Okay, so it reads the status of the communication. So now the data link, now your control link is running. Okay, you're running. So if we want to transfer the data link, so we must stop the control link. So you select stop, you select set. Okay, yes. Okay, so now your data link is inactive, meaning stop. Then only you can transfer the data link. See, transfer to PLC. You select to transfer all this to the PLC. You select transfer. Okay, so it will take a while. I think not even 1 minute. Okay, so error list check, read complete, and then click OK. Okay, wait a bit. Alright, so we go back to the data link operation or status. Okay, click OK, and then we have to run back the control link. So you select run, and then you select set. Yes. Okay, so now so your PLC, your connection of the control link is running. Okay, how to see is running or not? Maybe we can open the camera. Okay, normally if you are in the lab, you can see here the LEDs, the indicator light of the control link. Here also we have an indicator light. Okay, all the indicator light is on. Okay, it showed and not blinking. That it shows that the control link is running. Okay, but now tak boleh nampak sangat lah. Okay, so okay, if you don't have any problem, no error means that you are already established what we call as a data link. Okay, now you have already made your control link online and ready to exchange the data. Okay, so we close this one. Alright, we close this one. Okay, and also this one. So file, exit. So it's up to you, you want to save or not. So for me, I don't want to save. I click no. Okay, so this one also you can minimize, or you can offline then minimize. Okay, because you have already configured routing table, and the second one you already configure the data link table. Okay, so the last part. Okay, the last part is to insert the slave PLC in your project. Okay, so now you have only master PLC, so we have to offline this CS programmer. Okay, go to new project and select right click. Okay, right click your new project and select insert PLC. Alright, insert PLC. Okay, maybe you can rename this. Okay, maybe we can rename our master PLC as a master. Okay, and then we right click new project, select insert PLC, and this one is a slave PLC. If you have slave number 1, you rename it as a slave number 1. If you have more than one, you have to give number to the name of the slave. Okay, so for the slave PLC, we use device type. Of course, your slave is CQM1H. Okay, match with the CPU type 51. Okay, 51. And then for network type, this one we are no longer use SysMacWay, but we use master. Okay, because we already create the control link, so slave must depend on the master network. So we select master. So that's why I rename my master PLC as a master. But you just go to the setting. After that, you go to the setting. Okay, so our only concern is this fin destination address, the destination to the slave PLC. Okay, so for destination address, so network number here is not the remote network, but is the local network. Okay, so you have to select number 3 because our local network for controlling is number 3, and for the nodes is the relay node. Okay, relay node, our slave node is node number 4. Okay, it's number 4. So we click OK, okay, and then OK. So we have two PLC, one is master and another one is slave. Okay, so now I'm trying to online my PLC without online master PLC. Okay, so this is possible because you already established the connection from the master to the slave by using this cable. Okay, by using this cable. Okay, so I will try to online slave PLC, but before that I have to select slave PLC. I online. Okay, now slave CQM1H. Okay, via master. Okay, okay, network number 3, network number 4. I click yes. So my slave PLC is online without online master PLC. Okay, it's like they jump to the direct to the our CS primer jump direct to the slave PLC. Okay, so this is possible, and I will try to also to online master PLC. Of course, there is no problem with master PLC. Master PLC also online. So these two PLC is online. Okay, so meaning that your setup is okay. Routing table okay, data link table okay. Okay, and it left how to test the program, how to test the data exchange. Okay, so how to test the data exchange? Now we have to offline back these two PLC. Okay, so we create a program, or we create a data diagram in master PLC first. Okay, so let's say I want to use switch number 5 in master PLC, input number 5. Okay, to connect with okay, let's say here is S1. Give any names, and then we connect to the output. So this output should be the output in PLC slave. So in PLC slave, you cannot directly put 100.0. Let's say I want to on output number 7. So I cannot do this because this address only exists in slave PLC. So we have to use intermediate bit to communicate with slave. Okay, that intermediate bit come from where? Actually comes from area number 1. Okay, area number 1. Okay, as you remember, area number 1 is start. You already select 30 CIO 30. Okay, so in this case, we choose any bit from range 30 to 39. Okay, 30.00 to 39.15. So in my example, I use 32.00. Okay. Okay, so this one will go to slave PLC, and then I will create another one to receive the bit from the slave PLC. So let's say I use here 42. Okay, any bit in the range of 40.00 to 49.15. Okay, for my example, I use 42. Okay, and then for the output, okay, this one is the output of master PLC. So output, let's say in slave PLC, I switch on switch number 3. Switch number 3 to on output in master PLC number 10. Okay, so I use address for output number 10. Alright, so done for master PLC part. Okay, so this bit, this input number 5. Okay, this bit will goes to this address. Okay, this is in master PLC. For the slave PLC, okay, so just now I said input number 3 of the slave will on output number 10 of the master PLC. So I use input number 3 here. Okay, input number 3. So the bit that is connected, or the intermediate bits that is connected to the master PLC is 42. Okay, 42. Okay, and the bit that is sent from the master to the slave okay, and it will receive to the slave is bit, okay, here is bit, just now is bit 32. Okay, 32, and the output number 7, I said number 7 just now, sorry, now that one you can confirm. We go back to the master PLC. So 32. Okay, we don't select the output. So this one 32, number 5 to 32. Okay, so 32, this will on the output number 7. Let's say 100.07. Okay, this is the address of the output for the CQMLH, the slave PLC. Then you say OK. Alright, so we have done for both parts, master and slave. Okay, so master must have the ladder diagram, slave also must have the ladder diagram. So this will shows that it will exchange the data. Okay, so what we have to do the rest is to transfer both ladder diagram to the correspondent PLC. Okay, so for example, this is master, I online, and then I transfer. Okay, I transfer to PLC. Okay, so I just need to transfer the program, so the rest, okay, I unselect it. Okay, so just click OK, and then it will transfer to master PLC. Alright, okay, so done for that. And then you change this to monitor mode, because after this we want to test the bit. Okay, and then you go to the slave PLC and select the section 1 of the slave, and then you online your slave PLC. Okay, and then you transfer, make sure it is in program mode. Okay, so you transfer your ladder diagram to the slave PLC. Okay, this one also the same, you select only program. Okay, because we don't want to waste time. Okay, and then just answer yes, it will transfer your ladder diagram to the slave PLC. Okay, done. Alright, so that is done. Okay, and then we try to test the connection. Okay, so let's say here in master PLC. Okay, I try to set this one on. Okay, of course this one no holding contact, so we tak boleh on lah. So we force this one on. Okay, so bit 32 is on, and then we go to slave PLC. So this one in your slave PLC, bit 32 is also on, but this one does not on because your PLC is in program mode. So change to monitor mode, and you can see that the output number 7 in slave will be on. So as to confirm this, we can see, you can take a look in the camera that bit number 7 is on, correct? Okay, and we try to on input number 3 in the PLC slave. Okay, we force it on. So this bit 42 will send the bit to the master. So input number 3 will on output number 10 of your master PLC. So we go back to master, then this will on, bit 42 in master will on, and output number 10 in master will be on. Okay, so double confirm here your output number 10 in master PLC is also on. Okay, so that is the idea how to exchange the data between two PLC by using controller link. Okay, so in your mini project later on, okay, of course you can create, or you can make a solution for a problem, for a solution according to the question of the mini project. You can, for example, you can segregate the process. Okay, let's say in the question of the mini project, it has 3 process. So maybe you can put process number 1 in master PLC, process number 2 in slave PLC, and process number 3 in RTU, using DeviceNet. So between the process should be a link, meaning that if process number 1 is done, it will continue process number 2. So how you are going to notify, or to send the bit to indicate that process number 1 is done to process number 2, or process number 2 is done to notify process number 3 to run process number 3. So this is the idea how to exchange, how to exchange the bit. Alright, so that is all for controlling lab. So if you manage to do until this, to simulate the exchange data between the PLC, and then bravo for you. Congratulations, you have managed the controller link. You have managed to establish the controller link protocol between two PLC Omron. So if you have any questions, you can ask me by using any channel, WhatsApp or whatsoever. So thank you very much for your time, for watching this video. So I hope this is very useful for you, to conduct your lab. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.